Okay. Not bad. Oh, game over there for... Oh,
Oh my.
okay. This seed's looking free for levels.
Wow. Alright, Hitman, you just gotta kill a few small enemies and you'll get your life levels there. And that's
No
3
kidding
towns
there.
in a clump there on the east.
Ooh, trophy's going to be required as the town of Rudo has thunder in it.
Trying to find a hint. I didn't catch if that was actually a hint.
On Oboe's End, no hint. Fairy Town, so Naboru having fairy, going to be nice to see. Alright, no hints for Oboe.
The bridge crossing, and then he'll be making his way to Saria.
I mean, with Hitman about to have fairy, it's going to make traversing over a lot easier. Hi, Magic Key. How you doing?
They both have palaces in logic now, one way or another.
They absolutely do, and this is the wrong end of Saria, but it does have fire.
Okay, that might be worth coming back to someday. We'll see.
Oh, and that's a heart container cave for Oboe here.
Vanilla Spell Town. Go west. Oh, Hitman knows where the key is.
And 7 magic containers needed to get whatever's in Grandma's basement. As Oboe finds a magic jar in a heart container. Not a bad find.
Not at all. Hitman's gonna pick up spell here. I don't think it's very likely he's gonna be able to cast it right now. He's probably gonna have to walk this out. Yeah, 71.
Close, but no cigar. But on the bright side, it's not a hidden nuke pseudo. That only leaves one question, though, and that's, will the flute be required here?
Looking like a pretty open map so far.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised. But I guess there's still Three-Eyed Rock maybe hiding somewhere.
That's possible, and this is a little bit of a dry canyon after all.
Rising P-Bag Cave. Could be a little touchy. Only life 2.
Not impossible to do, just unlikely.
Does not appear to be any MOAs, at least.
Yeah, since all 4 enemies were seen in here, no MOAs, and oh, jumps and lands on the coconut.
Ross in the west.
Not bad, but at the same time, not entirely necessary. All right, we're going to have a look at what's in Risen P-Bag Cave. And that, I believe, was the raft.
That it was.
Fire being picked up for Oboe. Is castable. Is not connected to life.
Jump in. So what could it be? It could be thunder. It could be spell.
Reflect.
Could be reflect.
There's a lot of things it could be right now. Oh, Hitman in a bit of a pickle there.
That's
does
touchy.
does make it through. All right. Raru has life, so it's nice to see, but Oboe is going to say nuh-uh.
Jump down. Fido.
Means Fairy might be the way to get down stab. There's P4.
Well, at least Hitman already has medicine, so whenever he finds that, he'll knock them both out at once.
He absolutely will. It's spell. Okay. So that's what fire is. And that's unfortunate. Magic Cave's just a Link doll. And another 3,000 points.
Yeah. It's a nice consolation prize.
You can't really complain about that.
Absolutely not. There's a River Devil just sitting out in the open. Hi, River Devil.
Bye, River Devil. Hi, Maze Island Bridge. Hi, Maze Island! It says 2 or 5. It's 2 over here in the east, so we've seen 4 and 2. Only question is, what will Valley of Death hold? And this looks like 1 for Oboe, so...
I believe he's still in the west, is that right?
I believe Oboe is, and Hitman has ventured into DM.
And he's going to look around a little bit.
150 point Red Iron Knuckles, nice to see. I know exactly what Hitman was looking for. Does find finds the exit. And here's Sunken. All right, so 100 point Tektite's not bad to see.
Very surprised Hitman hasn't gotten any of those feedback drops yet.
He hasn't killed as many enemies as Oboe has, so hasn't really had as many opportunities for drops.
Yeah, I guess being on the east kind of does that to you.
Especially with low levels. It is doable, just very difficult. Good use of spell there by Oboe, turning that Guma into a bot. Gets rid of those pesky hammers.
Fire is already quite cheap. Magic 4. Well, not quite cheap. It's reasonably cheap. 34.
Oh yeah. Very reasonable casting cost. And those were the boots coming out of Sunken Peabag Cave for Hitman. So that'll allow for some slightly faster exploration of the west.
Yeah, there's a lot of bridge tiles now that you can just skip right on over.
Oh, I don't like this enemy set. Glove would absolutely be nice, but at this point, well, Glove could be anywhere. So I like to say when Glove tries to show up in a palace, it could be in 5.
I'd love to see that.
I mean, who doesn't like finding the Glove in 5?
We'll make short work of a horse head here.
Yeah, that was a beautiful.
he's gonna stick around and find the item, or if he's just out.
That's a good question, but that was a beautiful horsehead fight.
He's going back in.
I like the play. It's one I am a fan of, especially when you're missing the glove right now, but you do have Magic Key. This very well could pay off.
He's seen quite a bit of this palace already, because he did have to up an A near the start, taking that right off the elevator. I think it's been pretty linear otherwise.
Oh, the
that
Link
life.
Doll. The Link Doll did Link Doll things. That was just rude.
That's quite the troll.
Ah, here we are. My favorite kind of palace room, the outside room.
Fire is spell.
Yep. Oboe's been making great use of fire here, as that is linked to spell, so that does mean that the spell is unnecessary, and that's just a P bag in one, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. All right. Oboe now into Trophy Cave. And there's that beautiful medicine.
We'll allow him to get a down stab now, but because he doesn't have boots yet, that's actually quite a trek back over there. So
It absolutely is.
Not sure if he would go back for that yet. But on the other hand, he's not going to the east yet.
No, he's not. And there's fire for Hitman. So right now, the major difference is Oboe just clearing the west early on, where Hitman ended up going over to the east and clearing that out. Oh, that was GP.
Oh, nice. There's not much left for Oboe to do. I think he's made his way to the east now, so.
Yep, and it's time to meet the cluster of towns.
Both of our runners are retracing each other's steps now. But Oboe will be able to get Spell Tower.
This is very true.
Big. If we have a glove in there, that could be really bad for Hitman, because that's... You don't really want to go back into New Pseudo.
That's true, as it does take quite a bit of time to actually get through. And here we go. Oboe gonna give us the reveal on what's in Spell Tower. A 20-point P bag. Worth.
Wow.
Talk about getting your value for the day there.
Opted not to ferry into downstab. Hopefully he remembers to go back. Jump.
I have a feeling he will, and then he'll probably end up doing up an A. I mean, he's still on Magic 2, which is Not ideal.
He has not seen those drops yet.
No, he's not, and Oboe absolutely has, and has made some great use of them so far. And there is Fairy for Oboe. Just, yeah, right now, Oboe has so many levels over Hitman, and that's definitely given him a lead right now.
It looks big, but as soon as Hitman starts building things, he'll be able to catch up real fast.
Oh, absolutely. As we both know very well, no lead is solidified until the seed's done. All right, Oboe, checking caves. And here's Risen for Oboe.
Either runner wanting to go for that trophy hint. Can't say that's a bad idea this early. You never know when you might stumble into it.
Yeah, and at the same time, I mean, there's the first 1,000 for Hitman. At the same time, with it being so early on right now and so much to explore, you really never know what you will run into.
Chat pointing out that Oboe has trophy marked as in P4, so I guess
Oh,
missed
yep.
that one.
I see that now. So that means Reflect is over in Old Kasuto.
We've seen that town, but Hitman opted not to go in.
200-point Orange Lizalfos. This is pretty good for some early experience.
If you had any doubt if this was a high XP seed, there you go.
Yeah, no kidding there.
Oh, does spell not work on the visible Moa?
Not on these MOAs. All right, there is Reflect for Oboe, with the trophy being in P4. That more or less does put Oboe into go mode. Just has to grab that trophy out of P4, and then everything else is gonna be smooth sailing. Well, yeah, no glove. That's true. I mean, could do gloveless GP, but I have a feeling that glove's going to be over in 5. And it's going to be the longest 5 you've seen in a while. Though it could be on that water tile.
Surprised Hitman didn't go back for that.
Not yet.
Glove.
One of the jokes I have with one of the people from Upstarts last year is, you don't need the glove. You'll be fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing. Nothing at all. All right. Looks like we're going to have a search of Maze Island here from Oboe, dropping into the first one, which is the child drop. Ooh.
Visible Lizalfos there?
Yeah, it's an invincible red Lizalfos. Little unfortunate to see.
He does pull a magic container out of there.
That's 6 of the 7 needed. Ooh, Hitman scaring me just a bit there. I was worried he forgot that he had life for a moment.
He clutched it out, though.
He absolutely did. That was very well done. Ah, the other 3-6 here on Maze Island. Anything going to be here in this little loop for Oboe? Yeah, just one of the encounters.
Well, I missed it, but I feel like we haven't seen a raft spot yet. Throughout all this.
I don't think we have. Well, we say something about not seeing raft spot, and there it is.
Go figure.
Thanks, Pat. I didn't even think about that. That would be a spot for the last drop down, but no, it's right here, and it is a hammer.
Well, we do know where Spec Rock is.
We do, and we know where one of the entrances to DM is. We'll find out if Maze Island has another here in just a moment. I'm kind of hoping this is the this is a way to DM. Howdy, Vaughn. There absolutely is a race right now. Sailing through the rocks over to Death Mountain.
Sailing our way, Black Pack.
That's a moment of just feels bad. Very, very nice 4-tile jump there from Oboe. Hitman opting to not use fire or spell. And it looks like Oboe is going to go ahead and jump into whichever palace this is.
We need to be keeping our eyes open for some windows. Or maybe
Indeed.
a boss.
You know, whichever comes first. Oboe playing with some fire here on that low life.
Like this is P3.
It absolutely is, though we could potentially see a glove here.
Oboe doesn't have downstab yet, so this could also be an opportunity to see a downstabless Rebo.
The good old Rebanak jousting.
I would be very excited to see how he handles that.
I mean, he has 6 life, so he has pretty good life for it. And here's Horsehead for Hitman. Should go down pretty quick. And there it is.
Nice. And you can see already their levels are already caught up with one another.
Indeed. Oboe sticking with 4 attack, 4 magic, 6 health. And Hitman goes ahead and takes 5 magic.
I absolutely agree. There's no way Oboe is scared of lacking downstab. If there's anyone we can count on to show us a good downstab-less run, it would be him.
Absolutely. Watching Oboe do downstabless Rebo is just a treat. Here's the item.
Both runners. Art container for Oboe.
And there's the 1,000-point bag for Hitman. He was debating whether or not to keep it or just reset out of it.
That could have been nice. It just wasn't good timing for it.
No, which is unfortunate, but definitely not the end of the world. This P3, it's wanting to go on. And here we are. All right. Get ready for some Rebo jousting.
With attack 4, this Rebo's pretty tanky to start with.
Yeah, a little unfortunate to see. Should be 1 or 2 hits, though, before Rebo bounces off the horse.
Hope he comes off soon, because that horse is ready to take off to the stratosphere.
It must go. Its people need it. Nice kill there from Oboe. A beautiful, beautiful downstabless Rebo.
While that was going on... Oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, just some excellent jousting there. Take it away.
Yeah, while that was going on, Hitman did a quick little dive into P6, and they found the item room, but it was just a P bag.
All right, looks like Oboe is going to head back. Does have the hammer. All right. Now Hitman's ready to pick up Reflect there. Oboe not quite being able to decide what to do. Finally opts to jump into P2. Still no glove to be seen.
A whole lot left, either. I don't think we've seen our water tile yet. There's Granny's basement. There's P2 here and P5. And then there's, of course, Death Mountain. Here's our water tile for Hitman. Oh, let's see what we got. Another magic.
Okay, and item room for Oboe here has a magic container. All right.
Okay.
So Granny's basement, I believe, is the only thing remaining outside of Hammer Cave and Spec Rock.
There is P5 potential.
Well, yeah, P5 potential still in play.
If that is something you said you wanted to see.
I mean, it still is something I want to see.
Just opting to go into P4 here. This could be a make or break moment for him because he does not have trophy heads. So if he does not find this
Oh,
item room, and he has to go pretty deep.
that's very possible. But he does have Reflect, so if he does run into Karok anywhere in here, or anywhere during this dive, he will at least be able to place the gem. Alright, Oboe continuing through this too. Unfortunately running into a dead end there as Hitman giving us a pretty nice jackhammer there for 300 off that blue IK.
Well, having a very nice fairy save there as he plummeted into the lava.
Yeah, that was a glorious save. Unfortunately, leads into another dead end.
Just dead ends everywhere here.
Another 1,000-point bag. That's nice to see. Could potentially get enough for a double level here, if all goes well. Ooh, this room. We'll have to ferry through it as no glove in tow still. But here's Helmet Head. And this Helmet Head had no life.
Nicely done.
Gotta give Oboe some props here on this gameplay. It has been fantastic so far.
With that, we are 3 gems down.
Pretty quick 3 gems too, all things considered.
There is the trophy for Hitman, so he made out pretty well here. Not having to go dig for that hint.
Absolutely. And there's the plunger for Oboe, I mean the flute. Only question becomes, where's Hammer Cave going to be? And it looks like Oboe's not going to search for a Hammer Cave just yet.
He should be picking up his boots soon. I forget if it's this cave or the other one. I think it was here.
This should be boots. If I remember correctly, Sunken was boots.
Hitman unfortunately having to take a death because they were too low on magic to get across this gap.
A little bit of a lava bath. Just throw the 200 rupees on the old man's tab. I mean, he owes millions between all the runners.
His parent is quite a bit buried in here. We have a drop.
Oh,
no.
That's not what you want to see. And that, okay, 7 magic containers leads to the glove. That's big.
Oh, wow. Hitman's gonna have to scrounge up that last magic container somewhere.
Could grab it out of P2.
Ooh, oh, and that drop led him into a glove block too. That was
Yeah.
unfortunate. He was pretty deep in here.
Yeah, it's not something you like to see, but at the same time, if you can remember that that room's there, it does make things a lot easier.
True.
Oh, just a drop into the drink. That's always unfortunate to see. All right, Oboe about to join Hitman here in 4, but Oboe up 2 palaces right now.
It seems at this point that Oboe has the lead.
I would absolutely agree here.
Not to say that there's not plenty of opportunity for Hitman to catch up here.
There is, but the question is whether or not he'll be able to. Ooh, Oboe just taking a bunch of hits there.
Life 6 is certainly showing its worth, though.
It absolutely is. And Hitman's on life 5 on, I believe, his last life.
I think you're right.
So definitely a scary situation here for Hitman.
All's in the drop pool, so hopefully he'll come across one before things get too dire.
That would be nice.
About to pick up his trophy.
Indeed, there is that beautiful trophy. Where I'm sad that there was no glove in 5, I'm also happy that it required the 7 magic jars to, or magic containers to get. Nice jump over the Doomknocker's mace.
Ooh, so, okay. Wow, I think that drop is required, and you're gonna have to use the glove.
Ooh. That's not what you want to see. We'll find out if Oboe doesn't immediately up A from here.
Hitman did just check that fairy spot, or that cross over the pit.
Because it led to here, and this was the glove block. Okay.
That's a huge advantage for Oboe.
That is a massive advantage. Well, there is the death that we knew was going to be coming up for Oboe at some point.
Yes, we did see just now on Hitman's side, he got the hint for the child, and is indeed Death Mountain. But thankfully, that's only the shield spell. Oh, Oboe just up an A. Was there another path?
I don't think so with that specific room.
Another path in this palace that we overlooked then.
There might be. I'm not sure, but I know we'll find out soon enough. All right, Hitman has jumped into 2 here. We know that the item here was a magic jar. Hopefully Hitman finds out that the item here is a magic jar, as that will allow Hitman to pick up that glove.
Crucial for him right now.
Yeah, he absolutely needs this. That was some nice fire jumping from Oboe there.
I think the item room's right here in 2. Right here to start.
And thanks, Mago.
That's his 7th.
Which puts him in position to get that glove. I'm trying to think if there's a direction that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, Oboe was retracing his steps back into where this drop is. So he checked a few extra rooms at the start, but realized that everything else was a dead end. So there must be something we missed past this drop.
There has to be at this point.
Well, it's probably gonna have to take a death here. Oh no, he has glove. He can dig his way out.
Yep. That handy glove coming in handy.
Oh, and he up and ate it, man.
This 4 is a rough one. Four is a very rough one.
This left path is a great shot.
And this right just leads to the dead end. So it has to be a path through that drop. This one's This 4 has got me perplexed.
There are some, like there was that room we saw after the drop. It was like the 2 glove block staircase. I think there's like a variation of that that is actually a pass-through, but I never remember how to like identify it. So I'm wondering, and we saw 2 versions of it, one across the drop and one in the drop. So I wonder if one of those is actually the pass-through.
That's what I'm wondering as well.
Maybe a runner here, although misidentified one of them.
It's happened to all of us, so it's very possible.
It's the only thing I can think of at this point.
All right. That is P2 down for Hitman, placing the gem. I believe this will be Magic 6. It might be Attack 5. I'm not sure. It is Magic 6.
Gonna let it ride. He's gonna look for that Attack 5.
I can't really blame him.
Hopefully he takes a quick little detour at New Pseudo here with his glove.
.70 MOAs, that's nice to see. And here we go. There's the glove for Hitman. Ooh, Oboe scaring me just a bit on that jump. It's one of those moments of I appreciate the suspense, my friend, but oh my gosh, you cut that too close. Not even opting to check and see if it's the pass-through. There are all 8 magic jar or all 8 magic containers for Hitman.
Full battery now.
No low battery strats happening here. And there's the Attack 5.
See how this works out for Oboe here. This is a dead end on the right. Is it not? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I think that's what we skipped before. Yep.
Yep. And gonna have to take a death to refill magic, but here's Harder Carrot.
I think the variation of that room that does not have a pass-through on the right is the one where the elevator goes like 2 columns up.
Yes.
Oboe playing this very aggressively, getting right up in Carrot's face.
I'm a fan of that. And burning the gem.
I don't blame him in this situation. You have so many levels. He's probably not feeling too confident after having struggled navigating P4 there for a little bit. He's probably looking for any way he can to make up time.
This is very true. All right, so I believe what we are about to see is P5 coming up here in Valley of Death. With an instant item. Is it a heart? It's a heart.
So that's our last item.
I agree with that assessment, Chad, but at the same time, I also understand Oboe's angle here of I spent so much time in that 4, I just gotta go. But attack 4 T-Bird's gonna take a long time to get down.
There's a balance you gotta strike there between saving time on the level up versus just how many extra hits and how much longer battles take as a result of that.
This is true. This is very true.
Guma and Barba, Thunderbird. That's just a lot of extra strikes. Jackhammer, Rebo.
Fairly nice one at that. And there's Rebo down for Hitman.
That is the power of attack 5.
Attack 5 showing what it can do. Alright, that's one Guma gone. There's the other Guma gone.
Just gotta love that mid-air jump from the Guma. Falls into the lava.
Alright, looks like Hitman did a up and A saved and is back over here on the west. Gonna take out P6. This could be a quick one too with this elevator, but it is not, unfortunately. And P5 is doing P5 things.
It is.
I don't know about you, my friend, but when P5 does P5 things, this becomes my least favorite palace.
Oh, 100%. I would take a P6 over P5 any day.
I agree with you on that one.
I think P6 is technically usually longer, but like it never feels that way. P5 always feels like it goes on forever.
All right. Oboe versus Guma, round 1. Guma wins. Now for the real fight against Guma.
2.5 bars.
At life 6, that's a bit painful.
No shield and no life for Oboe. But I don't think he's concerned.
I don't think he is either, because he's getting some good damage here on Guma. Now I would start being a little concerned.
Neck and neck here.
Nice. saves it. And I have a feeling we're going to see this gem burnt. Yep, off to the west. Gonna hit 6 and then head on over to GP to finish this out. Yeah, let's hope a pit stop at Rudo is remembered.
He goes to pick up downstab while he's at it.
I think he will. At least I hope he does. It might be a bit of a travesty if he doesn't.
Cheat stab, exactly. That's the only way to truly beat Z2 is to cheat. As we all know.
I mean, don't we cheat the game anyway? Especially with knowing how enemies' patterns work.
Too true. Just digging through this P6 here.
Yeah, both of them are in this P6 just digging about. Alright, Hitman unfortunately runs into a dead end.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not going to be quick enough to save it. Fortunately, that is only the first life down, though. That fireball from Oboe got some distance.
That in for Oboe.
And Hitman's about to see this dead end.
I was about to say, I think this is the same room. A little high five from our two runners here. While Oboe then goes to check the dead end that Hitman just found.
They're just trading spaces.
There it is.
Little unfortunate to see him, but not the end of the world.
Oboe deciding to start over here. There's a lot that Hitman has explored that Oboe still has to make his way through, so.
I do believe so. Well, there would have been a glove block if Hitman hadn't picked that up earlier.
A drop room. First in this dungeon, at least. Or palace, I should say.
But what about level?
We can get spicy and call them boards.
We absolutely could. Oh.
Ooh. But we had the fairy prime, too.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Yeah, he's just starting off with it this time. No chances.
Best to
Well,
take no chances here.
he has built up quite a pile of experience here.
All right, is this elevator going to take it? It is. There's the dragon.
This is his last life, so let's hope he clutches this out.
That's going to be the question. It looked like 4 hits on the first cycle.
Got the first bar down. Oboe is not too far behind. It looks like he's on the right path to Barba here.
He absolutely is. And right now, Hitman's got Barbara sitting about half health. Hitman playing Barba really well here.
Takes him down. For the
Gonna
double
go.
level with attack 6. Very nice.
Yeah, I like the play of taking attack 6 here. Nice 7 hits on the first cycle there for Oboe.
These double hits he's getting are beautiful.
Just consistency right there. That was a
savage.
That was a really fast Barba.
Oh no. He missed the key. He still has some extra lives though, so that's good.
Another thing that's happened to all of us at least once. That's definitely a feels bad moment. All right. Gonna go ahead and take the level here. I agree with that statement, Vaughn. Key hitboxes are really stupid.
I'm not sure if they're real.
All right. 5 attack for Oboe. Gonna be looking at GP with 566. Not 100% certain what Hitman's going to finish out with. But now it is time for this awful, awful P4.
It's actually quite a linear 4. Aside from that trolley elevator room that caught Oboe off guard. It's just very linear.
It is. It just took them both a while to, or it took Oboe a while to get it figured out, and Hitman spent quite a bit of time in here beforehand. All right, the pickup of downstab for Oboe. Or should we call it cheat stab like it really is? Ooh, is he going to pick up jump as well?
Guess you might as well.
I gotta say, I'm a fan here.
It certainly comes in handy in DP, typically. Even if it's not hard required.
It certainly does. Alright, all 8 bars of life, 7 bars of magic. And that is a 68-34 entry into GP. Barriers raised. Oboe's primed and ready to go, and that bird just decided to go take a bath.
You seem very excited about that.
Hey, he was ready to be on screen. He got his 3 seconds there. Now the question is, how deep into this is Thunderbird going to be? Hitman taking a lava bath, and Oboe taking a lava bath not long after.
Or just collapsing under him.
He's trying to get the bird to jump into the lava, and it just did not work out there.
Seems like that bird thinks he's clean enough. He doesn't need a bath.
Seems to be that way. Alright, up the elevator leads to a paperclip room.
There's nothing but lefts in this palace so far. Well, aside from that first raid. The first elevator.
Yeah, there have absolutely been a lot of lefts, and, well, here's a drop. Is it going to lead to another left? It leads to a left or a right. Oboe opting to not grab the ferry.
It's into a dead end. That's what you get for going right.
Needs more lefts.
Needs more left.
Alright. Rebo coming in here for Hitman. I'd say the mid-aggressive Rebo there for Hitman. Nice one to see. Alright, Oboe taking this elevator up. Leads to a right as well as a left. Or, thank you, Karok. I knew what I meant, just not what I was saying. It happens to me all the time. Thanks, Alan.
Death Valley cross for Hitman.
Alright, elevator. Hey, it leads to a right. Yeah, floaty casty, not floaty stabby.
Is this the starting room?
I don't know for sure. It looks like it. Oh my gosh, it did loop. Huh. Okay.
Well, there's a couple other lefts to take along the path.
I think we have an idea now, Alan. Thanks. I think we have a suggestion to make.
That just sounds miserable.
Doesn't it sound great? Said almost nobody ever.
have a hard enough time with Rebo's knives when they're just going straight.
I mean, at that point, you just got to pull the corner strat.
Yeah.
All right, Oboe taking this left. Ooh. All right. I appreciate what Oboe is doing here. Making sure the rawhead spawns from the right to head left, and that's a dead end.
Find another left.
Whew.
Almost getting burned by that chicken.
Those hot wings were extra spicy today. Making things a little worrisome. All right. There we go. A moment of, hi, bird. All right, was the left here explored? This left was not. The other left was.
Yeah, that's right. There's Guma for Hitman, so he's going to be not too far behind into GP here.
Ooh.
So if he could just find the right path on his first path through.
Yeah, this will be a lot closer if he can.
Depends on which of those lefts he decides to commit to.
And Oboe just not having a good time here.
This is such a tough room.
As I like to say with a room like this is a room of death.
That was close. But he gets a magic jar as a reward. And our first waffle room.
Quantum leap! If you are keeping count of quantum leaps, you can add one to that counter.
7640 entry on the Hitman side.
So about 8 minutes behind Oboe here. And there we go. I imagine Oboe is hoping for a fairy and gets it. That's big.
It's interesting how the palettes look so different here.
Not quite different, but I like it.
Maybe it's just my monitor. It looks very red on Hitman's side and very purple. Although, and oh
No.
well, there's Thunder, or Thunderbird rather.
I mean, technically it is Thunder, because there you go.
There's our cast anyway.
Yep. But yeah, it is a lot more purple. I'd say more magenta over on Oboe's side, where Hitman has like that true blood red.
Yeah, Hitman's is very intimidating. So this is the moment of truth for Hitman. If he takes the up path, then he is right behind Oboe. He is going for it.
Okay. And Oboe takes down T-Bird.
There's probably not a lot left.
I don't think there is.
Ah, there you go.
Yep, instant Dark Link. So, barring anything going completely wrong here on this Dark Link fight, Oboe will be taking game 1 here. That's looking like a pretty good fight right now. Just 3 hits, 2 hits. 1 hit. And
Down.
there it is. Get your GGs out for Oboe, finishing in 1 hour, 19 minutes, 14 seconds. And I have a feeling that Hitman here won't be too terribly far behind. Just barely a sub 80. And by barely, I mean 46 seconds off, but even still. Sub 80 is sub 80.
We'll never complain about a sub 80.
Especially here in week 6. There's no reason to.
We're about 1 room behind here for, yep. Here's Thunderbird. Hitman.
And we know it's an instant Dark Link. Hitman doesn't, though Hitman didn't see much of this palace, so that might be a bit of a worry in the back of his head. Oh, man. Oh, stabs the wrong direction. It's happened to me quite a few times. I imagine it's happened to you quite a few times as well. Always feels bad when it happens.
Especially after a long siege, your hands start getting sweaty on the controller. It just kind of hard not to slip those up.
No kidding there. All right, should not be long for T-Bird to be down for Hitman here. There it is.
Nice.
That was a good T-Bird fight, and I will agree with you on that statement, Vaughn. The hitbox being slightly skewed does not help in the slightest. One more hit. And there it is. And we are joined by Oboe.
Hello.
GG's, my friend.
Thank you. I got super lost in 4.
I can imagine that 4 was it was a thing.
I guess I forgot that one room had a right, or I confused it with the room like literally 2 rooms prior, which is the same setup, just it doesn't have the right. So, I guess in my head I also thought there was a left at start, but whatever.
Yeah, I had a feeling you had that right that led to Karok confused.
Yeah, I just forgot it was there.
It happens.
Yep. The rest of the seed was pretty straightforward, though.
I do have to give you props for burning those gems until you finished 6, so that way you could have your attack 5.
Yeah, I just, like I said, I felt super behind, so I just went as fast as I could.
That's fair. And we are joined by Hitman. GG's, my friend.
GG's, Hitman.
Well played.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say ultimately you didn't lose too much time in 4 compared to Hitman, mainly because you happened to go into 4 with the glove first.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that was glove lock, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
and that was
yeah.
a pretty deep lock too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I missed the that left room that ended up just being a dead end right there, I knew I shouldn't have gone back in because there was a good chance it was just glove blocked, but I was stubborn there.
Yeah, that's fair. You don't know it's glove blocked until it is.
I mean, the unfortunate part with that was Grandma struck again this time, needing the 7 magic containers in order to get that glove. That was a little unfortunate to see, but at the same time, with how the palaces ended up giving magic jars,
Yeah.
it was also kind of funny.
And most of the early ones, at least, like, the item was just right there on the path.
Yeah, that P2 item, just right at start, super helpful.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think there was really that many items that had to be dug out of their palaces in this one.
Yeah, most items were right on the path.
So, Oboe,
Yeah.
every single time, I've got to give you props on your Barba fights, because they're just beautiful to watch.
I just kind of flail at it.
It's the way to do it, though.
Yeah, and I took a silly death in like a room or 2 before that, so I was down to my last life, so I was playing it safe on him.
Oh, yeah.
It worked out for you, though. The only thing that was a minor heartbreaker for you there, Oboe, though, was missing the key because of its really, really weird hitbox.
Oh, yeah. I missed the key, and then I hit fairy, so I had to dunk myself in the lava. At least it was in 6, so I could dunk myself in the lava.
This is true.
Like, it wouldn't be the first time that I've done that, like in 2 or 5 or something, and then had to walk all the way back.
Or, have the thing happen in 3.
Oh yeah, that too. When it gets soft locked.
That's the one that always sucks to have happen, because then you're like, oh, I gotta go through 3 again.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I'd never seen that before. Like, I legit thought it was a bug.
Yeah, it is, but it isn't. But it is.
Technically it is, but I mean, it's a bug that, a newer bug.
Yeah. Now you both played a very, very fantastic race. Just to give you an idea, Hitman, you were about 8 minutes behind Oboe going into GP, and you brought it back to within 3 minutes, which is huge.
Yeah, as soon as I enter GP, that's when I bring the race room up just to see if I was like, oh, cool, he hasn't finished yet. That's all I cared about, was getting into GT before he finished. So then to find T-Bird right after he finished, and then Darklings right after that.
Yep.
I'm guessing I missed a lot of GP.
I think I went a particular left, and then there was a drop room that was kind of a long dead end. Or a long
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you looped back to start.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you've seen most of, if not every room in GP before you found the right path, Oboe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely got a full clear of GP in.
Yeah, it happens.
It does. And now, the real question. Do you guys have game 2 planned?
We did not yet.
That's fair. I'm actually very excited to see when game 2 is, because both of you are excellent runners. Both of you have played so well in this tournament, and it's going to be very exciting.
Well, I hope it's an entertaining one, at least.
I'm
Like I
out
said,
of
I was
question.
happy to keep this one close, so if I can do that again, I'll be happy.
I absolutely think you can. Knowing the background that you've got, Hitman, I definitely think you can.
Yeah, you beat me a Link to the Past, so you can beat me at this too.
I'm a
And that's
little
why-
better at that one.
That's why I say knowing the background that you have. I'm out of questions and anything to add in. Methinks so. You got anything else you want to add?
I just want to ask, how are you guys feeling going into game 2?
Good, I guess. Can't really judge till I play the seed, I guess.
Obviously, for me, it's going to be an uphill climb having to try to take 2 from Oboe, but we'll just do our best, see what happens.
That's right.
All right. So yeah, big thanks to Pat for tracking. We think so. I appreciate you jumping in here and doing comms with me. It's been a blast.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Sounds like
And-
my cue.
And it is your cue, Tumble Take it away.
All right. Thank you, runners, for a great race. Thank you, everyone, for coming out and watching. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank trackers for tracking. And I'm going to send you guys over to the main channel. We're doing a relay race. And I will wish you all a good night.
Thanks again.